Welcome back, gods and goddesses, to the Gifted Goddess channel, where I channel my gifts for you, the collective, and I encourage you to not only seek your gifts, but find meaningful ways to use them for the collective advantage, as is our purpose here on this planet. So I got a 911 urgent message, and when I was about to start recording, of course, I saw 1109 911 backwards. So you might be seeing inverses, numbers inverted forwards and backwards. That's a confirmation for someone, but this is definitely a 304 message. Trick or treat is what I'm getting, and this is Halloween. This is Halloween. We are getting into Halloween energy. Perhaps my video titled This is Halloween is significant for someone here. Also, the dismantling video is relevant for someone here. So if you haven't checked out those videos, trust that there is no such thing as a coincidence. If you feel inclined, go back to those videos. Perhaps you're just now seeing this video. Perhaps this is the first time you're coming onto the channel, but go back and watch those. I'm even seeing the death card video. I forget what that one was called. But these last couple videos are significant for someone. There's urgent messages in there for you, is what I'm getting. But let's get into the energy of this message. We are exposing the people beneath the mask and costumes, because this is Halloween. This is Halloween. There's still ghouls, goblins, gremlins, and witch bitches beneath it all. Okay, so even when they take off the costume, there's still the hairy, scary monster underneath. And Spirit says it's time to air it out. Something about Spirit Halloween, the story is significant, or just the spirit of Halloween kind of taking over. I'm just seeing darkness, spookiness, eerie. Something's going to be very eerie. You could be from Erie, PA. Something about that is significant. Something is very eerie, which is befitting, right? It is Scorpio season. Excuse me, that's a confirmation. A yucky wanted that. So not ladylike. Oh, excuse me. And as I say that, the next thing I wrote down is a trick out here was tricking on tricks and got tricked out of the big treat, which is you. So a lot of tricks in the energy. I'm getting trickster energy. I'm getting Spirit basically allowed them to get tricked out of their spot by a trick. That's why, okay, so that's what I'm getting. That's why you save the tricks for kids, the people in childlike energy. Let the kids play the games. And then it took me to that Bible scripture. It's in Corinthians 13:11. When I became a man, I put away childish things. So this pertains to a relationship. Sounds like this is an ex in your energy. Perhaps while you were dating in a relationship, they were out tricking, spending money to get attention, fame, notoriety, to get their meat wet. It is what it is, baby. Or to get herself wet, whatever. Flip the roles as you may need to. Take what resonates, drop what doesn't. I hope you're not easily triggered. You might need to watch my video Triggered. Something about my old videos are coming up in this reading for a reason. So trust that inner calling. Trust your instincts. If you know, you know. I won't keep harping on that. Dolls are significant. So I don't know. Perhaps they saw you like a doll. Okay, I'm seeing a porcelain doll on the shelf. So they got you and they just put you on the shelf. You are a collector's item. Or what the future say? Like some, I don't care nothing about what you say. You're still part of the collection. So that's the type of energy they were on, just putting you on the shelf, saving you. I'm getting for a rainy day. Rain is significant. It could be raining where you're at. It's raining right now as I record this. I'm getting it's a dark and stormy night as we go into Halloween. It's almost midnight. And yeah, that's the energy it's given. Or you were something about dancing dolls is significant. Maybe you watched that show. Maybe your name is Diana. I watched that for maybe a season or two. Now I'm getting sun. This could be a Leo energy because the sun card in the tarot is Leo. Something about dolls is significant, child. If you know, you know. I don't know what pertains to you, so not everything will resonate. Just take what does. I'm getting you were Ray Charles to the bullshit. So you basically were blind to this. You didn't really see this, or you turned a blind eye to this, kind of hoping it wasn't what you thought it was or what you saw. But I'm here to confirm it was all the BS and then some. Georgia is significant. Maybe someone lives in Georgia. Maybe someone's name is Georgia. Perhaps you're planning a trip to Georgia or you're coming back from Georgia. I'm getting that as well. But the movie Long Legs is significant. This could be a tall person or you're tall. In that movie, it was about dolls. And it was kind of a twisted storyline, not your usual. So something about that is significant too. Like this wasn't your usual type of person, or it wasn't what you expected to be. Because when I watched that movie, it wasn't the storyline I expected, right? I don't know why I just tasted grilled chicken, like charred grilled chicken. Somebody must be eating that. That is so weird. Okay, so back to the movie. In the movie, these dolls were basically given to little girls back in like the 80s. I don't know if you guys remember, we all had those like life-size dolls in the 80s or 90s. And they were kind of like I'm getting my girl dolls or my size dolls. I forget what they were exactly called, but they were as tall as you when you were little, right? So these life-size dolls in the movie were kind of like haunted, bewitched, possessed, if you will. And they subliminally or telepathically communicated with children to basically harm families. But what was significant was there was a man who was making the dolls or coming through the dolls, and he used a woman, a church going woman, a church lady, someone known in the community with an upstanding posture is the word I'm getting, to basically go into the homes, convince these parents to get this doll for the girl, and then this man's spirit or energy or entity would come through the doll and convince them. Sorry, I should have said a spoiler alert, but it's too late now. If you didn't watch the movie, you should watch it. It's good. If you can't tell, I love horror movies, and this one was good. But his energy, this entity, would come through the doll and convince the girl telepathically through the doll to eliminate the entire family. And then the lady would come to the house and politely pick up the doll and then go to the next unsuspecting family. So I'm getting this person moves in this energy. They kind of collect dolls, right? And portray themselves in a way that they look innocent. Or I'm getting this is a narcissist. Okay, I'm getting confirmation. This is a narcissist with I was going to say flying fish, with a flying monkey. Fish could be significant. When you're seeing this or hearing this, you could be getting fish, thinking about fish, cooking fish, considering cooking fish. But fish are definitely significant. I keep seeing that as well. But this person portrays themselves as a wholesome, upstanding person, or they have flying monkeys around them too, who kind of perpetuate this idea of them, this facade, this mask of them, right? Because they believe it too. Hook, line, and sinker is what I'm getting. Everyone's been fooled. Then I got the movie Weapons, which I haven't even seen yet, but it's spoiler alert, just spoiler alert for all these movies, okay? um, so in Weapons, it seems like for all the love messages, I get music, and then for everything else, it's always some dark, twisted movie. The movie Weapons is a newer movie from 2025. So something about this year is significant. Maybe you put your sword up is what I'm getting. So you were blind to this energy, but now you put your sword up and you're no longer acting blind to this energy. But the movie Weapons, I haven't seen it, but from the trailer, it's where the children all go missing at like 2:17 a.m. and it's only children in one like elementary school classroom and they're like all blaming the teacher. So I'm getting you are a unsuspecting victim of a situation that was out of your hands, and this was more of a spiritual sense than you knew. Like more was going on than you could see or sense is what I'm getting. The number 217 could be significant. You could keep seeing that number, or that's just a confirmation number. Perhaps that's someone's birthday that this pertains to. So what is that? Aquarius energy. The movie Black Phone is significant. And let me pause because I don't remember what that's about. Hold on. Okay, so Black Phone, basically it's a boy held captive in a basement. There's a black phone in the basement, and it is on the other end the victims of this sadistic kidnapper killer who is on the other line trying to help him from the other side to make sure this doesn't happen again. So at first with this black phone, what I was getting is someone's on the dark web doing sinister, sadistic things. But now that I read the description, I feel like this is ancestors coming through, possibly giving you cues and hints. You've probably been getting downloads, or I'm getting clairaudience. You've been hearing from the other side on basically how to maneuver with this energy so that you don't fall victim and become another doll on the shelf for them to fiddle and play with. This is something that they do quite habitually. So there's a lot of dolls that you don't know about. I'm getting before you, during you, and after you. Nothing new under the sun. But I was getting something else. Like they're not new to this, they're true to this. I was about to say something else, damn, I can't think of it. If I do, I'll come back to it. Then I got emergencies, accidents, and someone saying, I can't take all this. So karma is definitely kicking someone's ass, or it's about to. Everything that they sent out to all these dolls I'm getting, it's boomeranging back. So however they've dealt with these feminines in the past, they're being dealt with. And I'm getting you kind of set off the trigger. You kind of set off somebody definitely needs to watch that video trigger. You kind of set off I'm getting hair alarm, like something so slight with you set off catastrophic events. I'm just seeing like grenades and tower moments, like grenades, like a war zone, landmines. So I'm getting basically your energy, your ancestors, your spirit team, something about you, particularly your energy is filled with landmines and they crossed something, the tiniest thing, something that they probably do all the time. Something with hair is significant. And yeah, that set off the alarms, and now the ancestors are coming through. I got it's about to get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. You're finally getting the best laugh. She who laughs last laughs the loudest. Then I got the movie Smile. I have no idea what that movie is. You have to be a creepy movie connoisseur because these scary movies were coming through today. And normally I watch a bit of scary movies during Halloween time, but I've been so busy like channeling and doing other things that I haven't even had the opportunity. I've been actually trying to watch other things to get out of this energy. I've been watching Love is Blind, so that is significant. You went into this love blindly, I'm getting, with rose tinted glasses on, feeling like love is blind, again, turning a blind eye to what was going on in this love connection. So that is significant. Somebody could be blind. I was getting that energy earlier, a day or two ago, to like diabetes leading to blindness. I refused to say it then, but here I am saying it now. So the movie Smile is about, okay, it says, the overview says, after witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Roses are significant, Carter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. As an overwhelming terror begins taking over her life, Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. So this is what this energy is giving. What was done in the past is now coming to the light, being in this dark, ghoulish, predatory, I'm getting demonic energy. Now they have to deal with it in the present, right? So there are frightening occurrences occurring, overwhelming terror about to happen. I'm getting overwhelming tower moments about to happen. So life literally crumbling before their eyes, everything they built shattering. I'm looking at a movie poster and it looks shattered. Now this person, this narcissist must, I'm getting, there's multiple in your life that you had to cut off. Capricorn is significant. 2022, that year could be significant, or just 222. Things must balance out. But they have to confront their past or past actions and behaviors to survive and escape this new reality. Just learning lessons, right? That's what life is about. But apparently they haven't learned yet. So they finna learn now. And I'm getting, I guess that's what 2 is about. Yeah, they're about to embark on a new world tour, global pop sensation. So something is in the public eye or will be in the public eye. They're beginning to experience increasingly terrifying and inexplicable events. Here we go with just terrifying, towering moments. Overwhelmed. And that's where I already said, they said, I can't take all this. They're going to be overwhelmed by escalating horrors and pressures of fame. Because if you know, like I know, narcissists love attention and attention seeking energy and just thriving off sapping the energy from others and then acting like nothing happened, kind of stirring the pot and going behind the scenes. So they're going to have to face this spotlight with all their darkness on display. It says here, she must face her dark past to regain control of her life before it spirals out of control. So I'm getting all the dolls are going to be popping out of the woodworks. Again, all the darkness is going to be put in the light for everyone to see. The masks are being ripped off. And if you know, a narcissistic, what is it called? Meltdown, narcissistic rage, their exposure is nothing nice. A narcissistic collapse. So that is essentially what is happening. These are the tower moments that are happening. I'm getting inward and outward. So while they are having their ego stripped from them, they are having to experience humiliation publicly. It says narcissistic collapse is an intense emotional response experienced by people with narcissistic personality disorder when they feel their inflated ego is threatened. It can manifest as anger, withdrawal, vindictive behavior, and can be triggered by public humiliation or failure. So this is significant. Public humiliation is significant. A kind of blowing their reputation is significant. I'm getting research is significant. Perhaps you need to research narcissistic personality types. There are several. I actually wrote a blog about it. It's 333 on my fake timer. My fake clock says something about that is significant. But I wrote a blog called The Dark Night and how I basically attributed the narcissistic personalities and correlated them. One, I attributed to different characteristics of Batman and how he hides in the shadows, right? And I'm going to have to figure out how to link it because it's such a good blog that I wrote. If you're interested in reading it, you can go to realspill.wordpress.com. I'll try to pin it in the comments so you can look at it if you want to read it. But yes, it's all about narcissism. And then I correlate different types of narcissists to the 7 deadly sins. And each 7 deadly sin, which I learned through research, is controlled or dominated by a different principality or prince of hell, so to speak. So I'm here and call them by their names. So you might feel need, if you're a religious person and you feel the need to like cast out demons, and that's something that you resonate with on a religious aspect, if you look into, do your research, look into this energy, this narcissistic personality, which one pertains to the person pertaining to you that this message resonates with or for. And I'm getting, you need to call this entity by their name and cast them out. Like, for instance, the narcissistic personality, there's a sexual narcissist, and I correlated that to the 7 deadly sin of lust, obviously, and the prince or principality in control of that energy that reigns over that energy is Asmodeus. So you might need to say specifically, I rebuke and restrict you, Asmodeus, out of my energy, or however you feel called to block that energy, entity, principality out of your life. I'm getting, you also may need to call your power back. So clearly you need to do some protection work, especially around spooky season. And we're coming up on Halloween. Then we got the Day of the Dead on November 1st. So let's keep I'm getting heads covered and protect our energy. That's like the 4th, 5th time I said that this week. So that's significant for someone. And I definitely take that to heart myself. So self included. Then I channeled a poem that I wrote. I got Friday the 13th. And in the poem I wrote, mask off, it's Jason. So something about it, no more chasing is what I wrote after that. So you no longer chasing this person, this narcissist has their ego stripped. That's causing the towers and the collapse. You have to stop chasing if you haven't done so already. I got Nightmare on They Street. So usually it's Nightmare on Elm Street, but I believe there's a movie called They. So the movie called They is by Wes Craven, the person who made Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger. Nightmares and dreams are significant. I thought this was a Jordan Peele movie. This is an older movie from 2002. Something about 1:30 could be significant. Perhaps that's the time you're seeing this. Something about that's significant. Someone's birthday. Again, that's what Pisces energy, or no, I'm sorry, Aquarius. I'm getting 1, 2, so Capricorn as well. I think I said already. But on this movie poster, it says, first comes the warning. This will be the warning, right? Or they got some type of warning. So first comes the warning, then comes the mark, Then comes the terror. I never watched this movie. This looked good. So something about an athletic, smart psychology student finally starting to get their life together. As a kid, they were traumatized by night terrors. Again, so nighttime, night terrors, nightmares, dreams are significant. Their friend self-eliminated. I got that as well. I was writing something else and I got, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. So right before I came on, I was writing something. I was actually praying and just praying for the collective to, get past this negative energy. And I know it can be hard and trying, especially if you are considered a generational curse breaker and you kind of process the emotions of a lot of people, places, and things. I'm getting clear empaths here, clear audience as well. Anyway, I was praying for the collective and I basically said, let me see, where did I write it? I literally just wrote it down. And I was praying like, God, please protect us as a collective in this energy. And I wrote literally, I promise you, people taking their life from grieving life, it just ain't right. And I've never seen that movie, but it's talking about someone taking their life. So again, I don't wish this energy on anyone, but again, I'm here to just serve dutifully and deliver the message. Something about duties or dutifully is significant. Perhaps you heard that word today. That's about my 20th time saying it today. I had used it for something else. Sorry for rambling. They want to know, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Everything seems blurred. They're feeling weak, dizzy, confused. They're feeling ill, having delusions. It's a lot of motherfuckers just not doing well behind this energy. So, like I said, this is multiple people who can't take all this backlash you're getting for, I'm getting, tripping those hair wires, tripping those landmines in your energy. I'm seeing like a war field. It's a battlefield now. And they're trying to get back to their home base. And they can't see straight. I got grandparents will be raising someone's kids. Since they taught their kids to love the streets, they never learned to sit their old ass down. They will now. Hold on, I gotta take a second. So I'm seeing 143, 431. 341 could be significant, but 143, somebody's missing you. And I'm just getting, they know damn well they never listened or learned from you. Never appreciated you, never loved you, treated you like this doll on the shelf. So now Spirit is raining on their parade for thinking they could affect yours, for wanting to even affect yours, right? That's weird as hell. If someone's in your energy, especially a man or woman you find yourself in a relationship with, and their intention is to hurt you, and they kind of neglect you. I'm just getting, It's going to be hell to tell the captain. It's going to be hell to pay. Oh, Lord. I'm just getting, they were moving mad. I'm getting, they're moving mad stupid, B. So you either from the UK or from New York. Something about that is significant. I'm getting, okay, so this is another part of my poem that I wrote. I believe I've mentioned this already. It's called Child's Play. If you get onto my podcast, not my podcast, my blog, therealspill.wordpress.com, you'll see all my poems, all the things. You can see what I'm talking about. But this part of the poem says, twisted like balloons. So parades, balloons could be significant. It, the clown, is significant. I use that as the poster for this poem. It's twisted like balloons, letting their air out. Effing clowns, now the joke's on you. You could like poetry, write poetry, things like that. Okay, I keep trying to look at the time to make sure it's not too long, and Spirit's like, don't worry about the time, deliver the message. So I hope you guys listen to this whole thing. If not, so be it. I'm confident that whoever is meant to see this message will see it. Remember, it won't resonate for everyone, especially with this twisted ass energy. But if it does, apply it. If not, let it fly. This will be breaking news. Something about Freaky Friday is significant. That's what they are. Something about Freaky Friday is significant. That's what they were on. So now this Halloween is a Freaky Friday too. And it's on for real. So this Halloween is a Freaky Friday too. And it's on. I'm getting this on and popping. This is just bad. All bad. Down bad. And since they love the baddies so much, the baddies are about to have them down bad. Child, something about these dolls and these baddies, and some about I'm getting low vibrational feminine energy. Okay, so Queen of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so all the queens in the reverse. Okay, so this is a weird channel, but I'm getting like all the queens in the reverse, like upset, chasing a king, like the card. I'm literally seeing like the cards chasing the king. That is funny. Yikes on a bike with spikes. You can be on a bike. They could ride a bike. Motorcycle gang is significant. So yeah, the baddies are about to have them down bad. And then I got period poop. That's not even something I would say unless I was like talking to somebody in a joking manner. Like I don't say, there's people that say that. So perhaps these are the type of women that say those type of things. I'm getting just, oh, okay. In one of my channels, I said, dolls come a dime a dozen, but you're like a rare gem or something. Something about that is significant. Child, you want to go back to these old videos. What felt important then, they are now seeing it for what it was. The tomfoolery. So they were being a fool. I was about to say fool card, but it's not even on that type of level. A fool in reverse. Okay, let's continue. Fooling around with April Fools, dummy, the joke's on you. So something about Aries, someone in April is significant. I don't even want to go into that further. But they were dealing with an Aries woman, a low vibrational Aries. Man or female, take what resonates, flip the roles as you may need to. They should have been grown up and graduated from this childish ass energy and behavior, but you gotta learn the hard way. And I just got, ain't it a shame? Shame, shame, shame. So play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You win, the bitch with the bird brain. Ain't focused on nothing but change. Something smelling strange. Pads need change. Attitude just stank. Stank a dank dank. While the impressed just laughing all the way to the bank. Should have stopped to thank the Most High for putting her in your life. Now imagine your life with no light, a sad, sad sight, a king with no wife, a constant cycle, spinning in circles, with peasants, the 304s, a jester in his own court. So that is the message, you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you found something that resonated. If it didn't, leave it for someone else who it will resonate for. Remember, I always encourage you to go in love and light, seek purpose and not just a paycheck. And, if you want to come back for any more channeled messaging through poetry, I'm here till 7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, guys. Peace.